Yeah, I'll get this straight out of the way because the old Bill been on my case already. Please keep to your bubbles. Yeah, everyone in their own team just stay in their own bubbles. Otherwise, they're going to rip yeah, which I don't need. So don't mind everyone, please just stick to their own groups if that's okay. As I start off, this is a Patriots Unite Great Britain group, yeah, which you can see that's our flag down there. For a long time now, the BBC has broadcast many nothing but lies and propaganda. Working class communities up and down the country are ignored, verified, made out to be scum in some instances. Veterans and patrons are looked down upon by BBC and children up and down the country and are suffering in most horrific ways due to cover-ups by the corporation. People are stopping paying their TV licenses in droves as they are had enough of being told you are wrong and you don't matter, whether it be about Brexit, illegal migration or simply being patriotic about your own country and its own history. The loss of TV licence revenue must have been blown to the BBC. So how they do about recuperating their losses? That's right to target pensioners over the age of 75. I'm going to quickly jump through to this, yeah. It is time to shed some light on this to the BBC. I've been telling to the British public, and today we have a number of speakers and a story to tell that will just do that. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Tess Findlay, please.
Go on, Tess.
Hi, I've been asked to speak today about what we do as Child Protection Officers. We've been asked to tell you about our journey as well. So we started off as paedophile hunters on the street in 2017, and then it became apparent that there was no justice and no punishments for paedophiles and child abusers. Okay, so in regards to trends that we was noticing, i.e. NFAs, no sentences, no sentence time, no jail time, community orders, reoffend rate, reoffenders that are reoffending continually in short time frames, showing you that there's no deterrent whatsoever. Also things like child victims were being made to appear in court to give evidence, even though they've already had confessions from the perpetrators and already got all the tech evidence and all the evidence that they need. In other words, giving them another reason to NFA cases where they've got admissions, they've got confessions, they've got the evidence, but want to re-victimise children in court. So that led us to go down an activism route. Obviously we realised that the British public really was apathetic to child abuse, and that was a main key factor for us that we needed to address. Now, as you can see yourself over the last few months, the momentum in this country is gaining for reducing that apathy with the public, which is great. We went into lobbying for legislation changes due to the weakness in the Sexual Offences Act 2003 and the other Child Protection Acts that we have. So we've got at least 4 sections of those acts with no minimum sentences whatsoever. Then we've got a further 12. The minimum sentence or the guidance range is community orders. These are for child sexual abuse crimes. So that is something that we are also changing. Now, petitions that have been put in over the years are obviously all falling on deaf ears and all being refused. Now, we preempted their reasons for that in regards to them saying that was due to them not being considered and very well thought out, and obviously being very generic, wishy-washy, very emotive and opinion-led. Now, we know not to do that, so even with considered proposals, with actual implementation plans off the back of the information of where they're failing, putting it down to pounds and pence for them, risk and reward and benefits. Obviously, the name and shame event that we did a couple of weeks ago should allude to why the people in power are refusing to amend those acts, okay? So then it started to go two-pronged for us. So we need to reduce the number of powerful held seats that are either abusers themselves or where they're enabling abuse or anyway, sorry, since there's a bit of commotion behind. So obviously that's in regards to the judge work that we're doing, in regards to trying to do the trend sentencing to remove the de facto judges, but also in regards to MPs getting their child abuse records expunged before they go and stand for their seat. Okay, so then obviously once that's two-pronged, so we obviously need to then implement the minimum sentences. We need to strengthen up a few of these sentences as well, and obviously the petition route, as I've explained, is really viable for that reason. So we are lucky actually that we have got hereditary lords that are going to take the private bill to the House of Lords for us, which means that basically we will be getting the minimum sentences being put through, and obviously we're working on a lot of other stuff as well. So I'll be at Downing Street at 3 PM and I'll go into all of that more in detail. So just in regards to the BBC today, obviously I only really deal with child abuse. So look, I know myself, and I'm not, BBC isn't one of my specialist subjects really, but I know of 73 convictions in the last 9 years of BBC staff and employees, all to do with child sexual abuse. I would suggest that people go and look at the Keola scandal as well. They've got ongoing trials still. They've spent £28 million on staff gagging orders. Their staffs are facing internal allegations. And put that to with the dossier that was spanning 4 years to show that most of their crimes never get reported to police. So if they're not reporting most of their crimes to police, then they're putting a £28 million gagging order on their staff, then they're facing internal allegations still. should give you a bit of a clue really, shouldn't it? Don't forget there was that underage sex scandal from 2013. Nothing still happens after all the Savile exposure and publicity that was cut out there. They did review their policies on child safeguarding in 2016, but they're still not fit for purpose. So, and also they had a high number of suspects. They had 500 crimes a year that was made by BBC employees, and that was in the independent inquiry. So I'm not sure who's speaking next, but I'll just hand you over.
Right, my name is Krishna Bhavan. I'm speaking on behalf of the Hindu Council UK and Indo-European Kashmir Forum UK. I would like first of all to say that BBC has lost its credibility. The way it shows the biased reporting. Its reporting against India is biased. It really reports fake news. BBC tells lies. BBC doesn't. BBC journalism is under question. Its credibility is under question because its news is fake. BBC always shows India in a negative picture, in a negative sense. It never shows any positive development in India. India got its independence in 1947, and since then it has made progress in every sense of the way. Its digital and social technology is much better than any Western country, but BBC fails to highlight these important and positive points of India. It only shows India in a very bad sense. It bashes India, bashes Hindus, and bashes Modi government, which has been the best government for many, many years. So we are extremely disappointed with BBC's reporting, BBC's journalism.
Hey, sorry to butt in everyone, but we've got to stop. Otherwise, we're all being dispersed by the old building. Getting on my case now. We've all got to leave. We've all got to go. And that is it. Yeah, we've all got to leave.
What's the reason?
Because we're over 30 people.
You said 10 bubbles. You said 10 bubbles. So if they're in 10 bubbles, yeah, apart.
It's a public going to.
Hang on, they arranged this. They arranged it. No, I'm not listening. I don't listen to corruption. I don't listen to corruption.
I'm so sorry.
Right, so this was arranged.
Remember, any actions, fall under the command of Commander Wolf.
They're just trying to wind
So Commander Wolf.
And then all the us will be sticking up for him.
Commander Walsh is the one giving these orders. This was arranged, and ever since the first person was speaking, the constables were creating a breach of the peace.
Honestly.
We're going to start picking people.
Children matter.
Unbelievable. They'd arranged this demo.
Yeah, I know.
They'd agreed to it.
Oh, so they're registered, Black Lives Matter? Oh, right. Bob, free country, innit? Free country, innit?
Obviously, the BBC don't want to hear what we've got to say. This had been arranged by this people here, this demo today. And as you can see, what's happened. As soon as the speakers started speaking.
Bubbles of 6, we're going to Parliament Square. We're going to join in Extinction Rebellion.
So, yeah, come on then. Let's go to Parliament Square, join Extinction Rebellion, and we can speak.
Yeah, we do.
I don't want to
Yeah.
listen to you at all.
Right, come on.
We prefer and get one.
I'm going to put this off, everyone, but you've just seen two-tier policing. Because let's see how many are in Extinction Rebellion when we get down to Parliament. Two-tier policing.